Foxcroft Academy Ponies versus the visiting Brewer Witches. Sorry for a couple of technical difficulties there. So, Ryan, talk about this senior class. Obviously, we just went through the senior night introductions for Foxcroft Academy. Talk to me about what this class has been through and the story that they're going to leave with.
Well, we'll start with the state championship opportunities they've had. That's what they've known for the first 3 years of their experience, and they're hoping to get back there again. This is a group that I've been a part of for a few years now as a coach, and I've appreciated every one of those young men, and they're going to be missed when they leave, but they're going to leave everything on the field from here on out.
Yeah, as you said, a big class. Starting from their freshman year when Foxcroft won their state championship game, and then the last 3 years they've also been to a state championship game, and so the expectations are still high this year. And obviously with the parity across Class C, Foxcroft has been there with some of the top teams in the class. They've had a pretty top-heavy schedule, and so they feel not necessarily the most confident team in the state, but they feel like they can play with anyone come playoff time. And again, let's talk about our sponsors a little bit more. Pine State Nutrition is proud to be a player of the game sponsor. Stop in at 720 Broadway in Bangor to get your teas, shakes, and more. Again, Pine State Nutrition will present the player of the game tonight, and we are just a few seconds away from kickoff here. Foxcroft Academy will be kicking off. Brewer will get the chance to establish their run game, which you talked about first. They really want to establish not just a run, but they want to control that clock.
They definitely do. They want to limit the amount of possessions in tonight's game, and they can do that by starting with the line of scrimmage. And I believe they're going to run the ball heavy until they are stopped. And
back deep for Brewer as we get ready to kick off the final regular season week in the state of Maine here. Back deep is number 13, Grady Cameron, and number 10, Cooper Charette. And kicking for Foxcroft Academy and handling the kicking duties tonight is number 3, senior Aiden Harvey. Foxcroft will be kicking from your left to right in their maroon uniforms. Harvey kicks this one. It's going to be a good kick. It's going to bounce once and then ricochet off the hands and fielded at the 15 by Cameron. He's going to be hit by a posse of ponies and driven down roughly at the 23-yard line. That is where Brewer is going to take over for their first drive of the game.
It's about 5 yards on the return.
It's an excellent job squeezing by the ponies on that kickoff and set them up with a long way ahead of them.
It's not really an easy thing to do, that angle kick that Harvey just did. It had to bounce, and obviously when it bounces off of a kick, you never know what direction that ball is going to bounce off of, so I thought it was really well done.
Definitely. Going out of bounds, and he did a great job.
And so starting in the I formation with the freshman at the back, and that's going to be Carson Terrio. He's going to be taking over for Bragg Willett this week. He was out with the injury. It's going to be a handoff up the middle to the fullback, and it's going to be a 1-yard gain maybe, and that's going to be Morgan Judkins, a senior for Brewer. And again, we talked about him in the pregame. He's a well-built football player, really that leader of their defense, but they're really going to rely on him a lot more this week on offense with their senior captain being out.
Yeah, he really is, and the ponies are going to have to gang tackle. It's not guys doing it. They're going to have to tackle.
And this is a Foxcroft defense that had some key departures last year with Silas DePaulsty and Thomas Day out this season with an injury. They're back to the I formation. One receiver split up to the bottom of your screen and an I formation back there. And this is going to be a pitch to Terrio. He had some lane to the outside, and it's going to be dragged down by a few ponies there, but it's a good push on the left side of the Brewer offensive line, but a flag immediately thrown back there.
There's a flag on the play.
It might be a procedure penalty right there.
I think so. It was flown right as the snap occurred.
A legal formation possibly, but we'll see. I've been wrong many times guessing what the flags are on.
Only a few times, though.
We'll see what it is going to be on Brewer. Let's see what, and Coach White's going to elect to accept that penalty rather than bring up 3rd and medium. He's going to bring up 2nd and long. I like that call there to accept that penalty, make it 2nd and long. And Brewer coming in with a couple of subs here. They've been to the I formation for the first 2 plays, trying to establish that run game. But I think they're going to go a little spread here, as you saw the heavy personnel come out of the game, and now they're going to bring a couple of speedy receivers in. And again, you got to watch out for number 11, Brody Muncie. The quarterback, Eli Wall, really likes to look to him in the pass game. And Muncie is at the top of your screen, but he's a slot receiver with Terrio behind Wall, the quarterback. He's going to move Terrio to his right as we have doubles. And it's going to be a hitch route to the bottom of your screen. It's going to be caught by the receiver, number 4, Brandon Rivera. He actually leads the team with catches on the season, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. For a team that does not pass the ball all that well, that's a great for Coach Lauer and his offense to see that early in the game.
Definitely, that was a great throw to get that up over the linebacker and into his receiver's hands.
Yeah, it's just a timing route there by Wall, and threw with confidence. And the outside linebacker who was responsible for the flat there, was able to get there in time. Now we're going to an I formation again. You're going to have twins to the top of your screen. You're going to have Terrio and Judkins in the backfield. Wall takes the snap. It's going to be an ISO play to the right. Terrio looking for some space. Gets past the first defender. And he's going to have some space to the outside. He breaks the tackle, and he's into Foxcroft Academy territory. He's going to make a cut back there, but really good push by that Brewer offensive line. And, boy, the freshman really got into the secondary there, the Foxcroft Academy defense.
Yeah, this is the kind of domination they were looking for up front, and that.
It wasn't necessarily a huge hole. Terrio was able to make the first man there, which was important for him, and he really got loose in that secondary. Showed some speed there by the freshman.
Speed and strength. You talked about it earlier. He is a physical young man.
And so Foxcroft Academy now on defense, but Brewer, nice drive here after a penalty, seeing them behind the sticks. Now we're going to an I formation, double tight Judkins at Terrio as the running back. Was going to take the snap. It's going to be the ISO play. They're going to try the same exact play, but good push there by the Foxcroft Academy front. Tyler Wing in on that tackle, along with 52 Cameron Round there by the Foxcroft Academy defense for a loss of 1. Well, like when coaches, when a play works, they come back to it. And obviously Coach Lauer, they saw a 30-plus yard run by Terrio, and they wanted to come back and try it again. And the good response right there by the Foxcroft Academy defense.
Yeah, that's usually, though, where defense makes sure that doesn't happen again, and that's exactly what the Ponies did in that play.
So now we got 2nd and long. They're going to go to the I formation again. You're going to have twins to the bottom of your screen. You're going to have Muncie as the slot receiver. Again, keep an eye on him. And it's going to be Wall. He's going to hand the ball off to Terrio. They're going to try the left side of the line, and he's going to get past another defender. He's breaking some tackles early in this game. It's going to be a gain of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and more manageable, and you have to assume this is 4-down territory for Brewer.
Definitely is.
So if watching a little bit of film, they do like a couple of screen passes. They showed it last week a little bit. That worked extremely well last week. And so we'll see what Coach Lauer draws up on 3rd and long. Sometimes you really want to, on 3rd and 7, you want to make up 4th and manageable to where you can open up more of your playbook. But they're going to go back under center here. Twins to the bottom of your screen, tight end to the top. You're going to have Terrio in the backfield. Wall takes a snap. They're going to go to Judkins right up the middle. And again, you assume you run that play knowing you're going for it on 4th down. It's going to bring up 4th down and a long 2, probably 3.
You do, and I'd watch the quarterback out of there as that was an option play. He looked to be a potential runner in that situation.
Bringing back the old veer right there, triple option. It was nice. I liked it. So big play here. 7:48 on the clock on a churning first quarter clock here, and that's exactly what Brewer is wanting. They want to eat up as much of that clock as they can. It's a big 4th down play. It's going to be a double tight end set. And it's going to be an I formation with Terrio, the freshman, in the backfield. Wall under center. He's going to try that left side. He's going to have a little bit of space, but the Foxcroft Academy defense is able to make a big-time stop. And 4 or 5 Foxcroft Academy Pony defenders were in on that tackle. Terrio was thinking about maybe breaking it to the outside, cut it up in there, and there was no room there. Really good job by that defense.
Yeah, just a lot of bodies there when you go in a tight formation.
Now we are going to see the Foxcroft Academy offense on the field for the first time in their first drive. They're going to be led by senior quarterback Simon Terzic, who's starting because it is senior night. He also had a very good week last week against Gardner, bringing the Ponies back in the second half of that game. We're going to see a bunch trip at the top of your screen, and Landon Smith is going to be to Terzic's left. They're going to go to a toss play there. Aiden Bryant with a nice block out in space, and Landon Smith with a gap run there, gain of 19 yards. And we are going to go offline